Even though it's been a little cooler than normal recently, this is the time of year when pollen begins to increase, triggering our allergy symptoms. And recently, you may have noticed that your allergies are starting a little sooner. As we continue to monitor our changing climate, we're finding that it's having an impact on pollen and your allergies.
There's a real link between climate change and health, and people are starting to feel it now.
Increased carbon dioxide and warming temperatures are the underlying drivers to our changing climate. And now we are realizing the impact that it has on pollen and your allergies.
With climate change and the warmer temperatures, what's happened is the growing seasons have gotten longer. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, you'll be feeling it much sooner. The other thing with respect to climate change is the increased amount of carbon dioxide in the air. And that is a driver in plants' increased release of pollen.
A study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in 2021 showed that in the 60 pollen reporting stations across the United States, the pollen season had become 20 days longer compared to what it was in 1990. And human-caused climate change was responsible for at least half of the additional days of pollen season. The study's conclusion? Climate-driven pollen trends are likely to further exacerbate respiratory health impacts in coming decades. A reporting station in Tampa was one of the sites monitored, and not only did it show a strong signal for a longer pollen season, but more pollen in general, directly impacting your allergies. A minor discomfort for some, but allergies can be a trigger for asthma.
And if you have allergic asthma and you start to have much more intense allergic reactions because of the pollens, that can trigger your asthma. And close to 3,000 people die a year from asthma. So for chronic conditions like asthma, allergies can be a challenge.
As our atmosphere warms, researchers are finding that as a result of the combination of both more heat and more moisture evaporating into the atmosphere, storms are becoming more intense. Now, this obviously increases the threat to our lives and to our property, but it also has an impact on allergies.
There's something called thunderstorm, lightning allergy, where, you get the heavy winds going with these intense storms and it whips up a lot of the pollen and the dust, so that could be a trigger.
Research has shown that these more intense storms expected with climate change will further expand the reach of pollen, but the strong winds and heavier precipitation associated with severe thunderstorms can also cause pollen grains to burst, releasing even more and much smaller allergen particles into the air.
You always talk about the canaries in the coal mine. Well, we're actually feeling it. We're the canaries in the coal mine, because as you get more severe allergies, that's a direct result of this climate change, these more intense releases of pollen. So we're feeling it, and there's a direct link to your health.